Hey guys, as promised, I have a video. Only a couple of days later than I planned, but hey, what you gonna do about that? I'm just gonna go straight into it because, let's be honest, y'all don't need to hear me rambling. Well, I got there as normal, super nervous, but I was there on the waiting room for like 5 minutes, so you know that wasn't that bad. I got called in and the guy I saw, he was super chill again, super friendly, and basically to begin with we just kind of went over, well, you know, with basically the same stuff as I discussed in the previous video, basically, you know, all the stuff about family, about, you know, how you feel about your body and all of this stuff, just sort of to cross-reference and make sure, you know, everything was still going on the same trajectory, I guess you could say. And then after that he didn't, you know, say to me, yes, we are approving you for testosterone. He didn't, you know, make a big deal out of it. He basically just went, so, gel or injectables? And, you know, straight in with it, you know, no faffing about, and that was awesome. I was like, thank God, I don't have to worry about any more of this. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised, you know, it just kind of went straight in, but let's be honest, I was like 90% confident I was gonna get testosterone. I just didn't. It was like my brain still hadn't processed the idea that I was actually gonna have hormones, which I had already done my research, so I said to him, you know, regarding gels versus injections, I said to him I wanted injections. And yes, I know that I do have a fear of needles, but here's what I'm gonna say. When it comes to maintenance, I find it much easier to have an injection sort of and have like a gap in between rather than have to put gel on, like, you know, my shoulder or whatever every day. I'm very bad at that and I would worry for getting it, and obviously with gel there's obviously the risk of it coming off, and I'd rather have it injected sort of directly into me. And on the other side of it, this would be a positive thing I would be having an injection for. This would be a life-changing thing I would be having this injection for. So, from my point of view, the fact that it's what it's injecting would I hope will overpower the fact that it's actually an injection. He then got out this little chart, then basically said to me that there are two types of injectable artificial testosterone. There's sustanon and then there's libido. And usually what they will start you on, if you choose injections, is to have sustanon. And the reason for that is that it is injected, I think, every 3 to 4 weeks. And he showed me this graph, basically where it said it had like the testosterone levels. It had the level of someone, like, you know, being preety, then it had the level of like a normal, you know, I guess you could say cis, or, you know, cis guy, and then it had sort of excess levels where the testosterone could go. And he explained that it goes up on a peak when you get your first injection, and then it gradually drops down to sort of a normal level, and just as it's hitting that drop, you get your next injection and then it goes straight back up again. I'm not too keen on this whole peak and trough thing because I already suffer from mood swings enough as it is. However, I know it's important for them and for me because it's the only way they're going to truly sort of keep an eye on how this hormone is going to affect my body, because testosterone is a powerful hormone, and, you know, my body has some testosterone in it, as we all do, but not at this level and not artificially. So they want to make sure, you know, all the liver function, everything, they want to make sure all of that's okay. So as far as I'm concerned, I would rather go through a few mood swings and make sure my health was okay, rather than just, you know, go the full thing. But eventually I do want to go on libido, hopefully, which is you get injected, I think, every 2 months, I think it is. So that's in the long term, that's what I might change to. We'll see how things go. As protocol, he had to go through all like the potential side effects of being on sustanon, and, you know, I knew some of them. I knew, you know, the big ones, the ones that you look into, but he had to go over all the really obscure ones, you know, like the 5% chance it could happen and all of that. And that did unnerve me a little bit, but, you know, protocol is protocol, and you know, they have to go over all of that stuff, and honestly, as long as I keep, you know, they have to do all the blood tests and stuff. As long as I keep up making sure I have my blood tests done, everything should be okay. And if there's anything going on, they'll be able to pick it up quite early and probably be able to solve it. Because that was my worst nightmare, was to be told that my body wouldn't accept testosterone. Like that's a big fear of mine. So from what they've said already, they think my body's going to be fine, but they obviously just need to make sure that everything is going well. So that's that. Woo! And then he's basically started explaining what's he going to do next. Basically what he's going to do, he's going to well, he's probably already done this. Right after my appointment, he got the letter written up, basically saying, you know, we approve this person to go on hormones. Then what's going to happen is that's going to be sent from him down to reception, and that is where it's going to get stuck for a bit, because obviously there's a backlog of all these other people sending their letters in for all their different patients, and that's usually what causes the problems. But I think he said to me they're actually getting better at that, and they're working on this. Whether that's true, I don't know. And then what's going to happen is when the receptionist finally gets to my letter, they're going to get it all sorted, and then they'll get them printed out, and they'll send one off to me and one off to my GP. And then after that, I think he said that should take about a minimum of a month. And honestly, in the long scheme of things, a month is nothing to me. A month is nothing compared to, like, you know, the year or so that I've had to wait to just get an appointment in the first place. And once I get my letter, I've been told I can rightly assume that, you know, my GP has got the letter as well, so I can just go down to my local surgery, book an appointment with my GP, and just go in and we can discuss it, and then I can get my prescription. And then after that, all I need to do is book an appointment with a nurse to get it injected. And I know that testosterone can be self-injected, but like I said, needle phobia. And honestly, I'd rather have someone professionally trained do it, because I don't want to do it wrong. You know what I mean? I don't want to accidentally inject it wrong and do myself more damage. So I'm probably just about a month or so away from getting my prescription and having my first injection, and that's mind-blowing. And on top of that, I got a letter for my next appointment, and that day I got it for, you know, it's months away, it's in October, but it's like, it's a surgical assessment, okay? Surgical assessment. So they're basically it's already got it in the system that they're going to discuss top surgery with me. And that's just, you know, like, boom, like everything has just happened at once. You know, 1 second I was just waiting, you know, to get my next appointment. Now I've been told, yes, you're going to have hormones, and we are going to start discussing surgery with you in less than a year's time. I'm excited. I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous. But I'm gonna say this: I waited, you know, a good year or so. I waited a good year or so before I even got an appointment, and it has been torture waiting, but it is worth it. Like, now that they've got you there, you know, they want to help you, and they're gonna do everything they can. So they've got everything set in motion so that I am gonna get what I've said I want and what I need, basically, when it comes to transitioning. So yeah, the NHS can suck when it comes to waiting times, but they get the job done, you know. I am so excited to start hormones and start becoming the person I want to be, the person who I'm meant to be, and stop feeling so awful about myself and stop hating who I am, and actually start having people see me as who I am. You know, actually having people, you know, see me as the person I want them to see. And, you know, and I could be a year or so away from top surgery. And that to me is terrifying and exciting at the same time, because I've been wanting to get rid of my chest for years. It's like the most physically disgusting thing I have on my body. It's just, I can't wait. I cannot wait. And I don't want to go on it too much, because I know how hard it was for me being preteen, watching people go through all of this. So I don't want this to be, you know, making things any harder for anyone. And I don't want this to be like celebrating. I want this to be encouragement. You know, it is worth the wait. Like, you're gonna get there and you're gonna get everything, and you're gonna get it all done, and it's gonna be there. You know, the second you get over this waiting time, everything's gonna kick off, and it's gonna make you feel so much better. It's gonna be so much better. You're gonna feel like finally, after having maybe waited years of starting to lose faith in the NHS, suddenly they're gonna pull through. You know, like, they want us to be, they want what's best for us, but they're overwhelmed. So don't lose hope. If you're waiting, if you're stuck and you're waiting and you're trying and you're fighting, keep trying and fighting, because you're gonna get there. I've done this and I didn't think in a million years it would actually happen. I never thought it would, honestly. It was just a figment of my imagination, but it gets there. You get there, and I am so excited, and I am just saying this now, I cannot wait for every trans person out there who wants to go through a transition to get to this point. This is the most wonderful feeling I've had, and I'm not even on hormones or anything like that. The fact that I now feel like I can trust the NHS again after this whole time, it's just, yes, you know, like, you did it right. I'm so excited. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off on like a preacher moment there, but I just feel like I kind of had to, because the NHS, you know, the waiting times always suck, and you sometimes feel like you're not being taken seriously, but it's worth it. It is worth it. I cannot wait to share my next step in the process with you, and finally become the person I wanted to be for so long. So on that note, I will see you in the next video, and that will be in about a fortnight. I can promise you that. I am back on schedule, and I hope that you all have an amazing day and a perfect week. I wish you all the best, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye guys!